This is a Female Season podcast, the podcast where we embrace growth, confidence, and the journey of becoming our best selves together. Hey, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Female Season podcast. I'm your host, Ari Bryant, and today we're talking about something that most of us fear, but all of us go through. What it feels like to go the wrong way on a one-way street. You know that feeling like where you're so sure you're doing the right thing. You've made a choice, you committed, you're on a path, and then boom, you realize somewhere along the way that you're heading in the wrong direction. It's confusing, embarrassing, sometimes it's painful. But here's what I've learned. Sometimes we have to go the wrong way to fully understand what the right way even looks like. So the wrong way teaches what the map never could. We live in a world where everyone wants to hand us the answer. Don't date that person. Don't take that job. Trust me, I've done it. Skip the stress. And while the advice is valid and well-meaning, life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes the journey is a classroom. The detour is the real teacher. We don't just need directions. We need experiences. So when you go the wrong way, you feel the road beneath your feet. You bump into walls, you hit dead ends, but you learn. You grow in a way you never could have if someone had just given you the shortcut. So you can't skip the journey and expect to be whole. Sometimes we want to just skip the hard parts, the confusion, the wait. But here's the thing, when we try to skip the journey, we rob ourselves of wisdom, courage, clarity. The wrong way gives you the answers that a guidebook could never. It gives you the strength you didn't know you had. It reveals how deeply you trust yourself when the GPS cuts out. I've been there, I made decisions I thought were right that ended up being wildly wrong. And when I look back at it, those moments taught me something. They showed me what I value, what I tolerate, and most importantly, what I deserve. So another thing, sometimes we see someone else headed towards what we think is the wrong path, and we panic. We want to protect them, save them from the fall. If there are someone you love, you want to protect them from the perceived negative outcome. It is very hard to be okay with them just figuring things out. But here's what I've learned. This was what I had to learn. Sometimes you have to just let people take their own journey, because just like you, they need to get their answers themselves. They need their own lessons. It doesn't mean we stop loving them or don't care. It just means that we respect the process. Not every wrong turn is a mistake. Sometimes it's a scenic route to understanding. And this is something that I am working on, because it's like, I've been through a lot of things throughout my life, and if I see someone else going through similar things, I try to warn them or say, hey, don't do this and that. And you can't have that expectation that they're just going to not do it. Sometimes they're curious, or sometimes they just kind of want to go through it themselves, and that's totally fine. You have to be okay with them still wanting to go through with it, and you have to be okay with them still wanting to, drive down the wrong side of the street, even though you're telling them, hey, that's the one way, and they're like, no, it's not. Let them figure it out. You have to. So if you're listening to this and you feel like you're going the wrong way right now, maybe you're in a job, a relationship, or a season that doesn't feel aligned, please don't beat yourself up. You're not lost, you're learning. And when the time is right, you'll pivot. You'll turn around and you'll be better for it. The journey is valid, so just make sure you remember that. And sometimes the wrong road leads to the right truth. So I want to thank you for joining me today on the Female Season podcast. I'm Ari Bryant, and this episode resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, or send it to a friend who's finding their own way. Until next time, keep walking, keep learning, and always choose you.